Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this little series from Small Victories postcards, also in the Small Victories book, and we have this last one of our first row to do today, and I have decided to do a sort of yellowy theme. I'm not very happy with using yellows, as you may know, but I feel confident that I can come up with something that will suit me and hopefully you guys as well. We are going to obviously use some greens as well because we've got leaves and things, but you know, we'll see how it all goes. Now I am going to start actually with, I'm just having a look at my colours. The maple sugar is a really lovely brownish yellow, which is where I'm going to start. Ouch. Here he is. I'm going to use him for the roof. I think I want the roof to be quite darkish. So, as I say, they're not maybe traditional yellows, but it's quite a yellowy tone, I feel. I'm just putting down a medium pressure base, and then I will have a think about where I need to add a little more. So there is our beginnings. Now I'm going to try and intensify the colour a little bit on the edges. We only have a little bit of edge here and here. And I would like some shadow underneath these patches if I can. I'm going to sharpen and see if I can do that. It may not work because this is quite a pale colour. Let's have a look. Try and put a little bit underneath. I think these are patches of moss. I don't know whether you agree, but that's how I'm going to sort of do them. Right, there we go. Just make sure I've got there. Okay. Now for the main part of the building, I'm going to do that next. I'm going to use a paler colour. So I think I'm going to use the olive yellow, which is here. I don't know how well you can see that. So it's a little bit greeny, but still classed as a yellow. And I think it's very pretty. I like olives and these sorts of tones. It's sort of, the only thing with using this colour is it's taking away an option for foliage, you know, but that's okay. Now I'm thinking the edges need to be a little darker, so I'm just gonna put a little more on there. Oops, my book's moving around everywhere. Let's try and keep it in the middle for you. Underneath the roof line, there'd be some shadow from that roof because it would overhang. Just gonna layer that up under the windows as well. There we go. Okay, oh, it looks quite greeny. It looks really different in the camera actually, but never mind. Now I am actually going to turn to my yellows because, whoops, I've sort of bottled out a bit, haven't I, and not done any proper yellow yet. So let's have a look at these flowers. I think they could be a nice yellow colour. There is a lovely dandelion yellow, which I have to say I use a fair bit when I want yellows. It's very intense. So I'm going to use that for these flowers. And that really will set the scene for yellow. Look at that. Now, there's a little circle above each flower, and there's some here as well, and I think I'm going to make all of those the same colour so it ties them all together. I'm trying to make this a little bit more intense at the top. So let me have a look. I could, it's a dazzling sun, no. I think I am going to use the oil yellow. Now this is almost a brownish colour, not quite a Naples. It's hard to describe, to be honest, but you'll see it when I put it down. Oil yellow. It's a sort of brownish yellow. As I say, it's hard to describe. It's quite pale. My lead has snapped a bit. Now I do have to say, These pencils are extremely expensive, and I was very lucky to be gifted them. The yellow looks very orange in camera, but never mind. I wouldn't necessarily say they were good value for money, to be honest, but they are fun. This is Narcissus, and I'm going to use it in the windows as if we've got some light coming through. Not too much though. It's quite a pale colour. Narcissus being daffodil, isn't it? There we go. I'm just seeing what other colours we have. I think I might go back to my sort of browny yellows to grab a door colour. We have a mustard. We've used the mustard already actually for on our orangey page, but I don't think that matters. I'm going to use this for my door. There we go. Just blocking it in really, making it quite vibrant. I want it to look a different colour to the roof, which it does. And now I need a sort of brownish colour I'd like for the door frame. I'm having a look to see what we've got that's sort of yellowy brown. I haven't used yet. The bamboo is a bit orangey. The sallow, that might work. It's going to be a bit paler, but I think it'll be okay. We'll give it a go. Sallow. I'm going to have to layer it up a fair bit so it stands out. There we go. Now on the roof here, these splodgy bits, I think they're moss. I'm actually just going to use the moss green for those. My moss green is quite blunt, and I'm going to do a very obvious scumbling motion to try to make it look more splodgy. I don't think I want it even. I think I want it looking patchy, as if there's some darker moss and some lighter moss. Quite difficult to achieve in such a little space, but that's what I'm going for. And you could use another colour as well, but I've still got quite a lot of green to go, so I don't want to use up all my greens before I've achieved what I want. So that's our moss green. Our elm green is also could work, but we've used that already, so I'm going to try and use something a little bit different if I can. That's a bit dark. It might be that I need to use the willow. I don't think I've used that before. Give it a go. Might be just a bit too pale. I'm going to use it for these leaves. Just going to try and build it up a little bit to get a little bit more intensity of colour. Yeah, that's working. Just have to be a bit patient. Sometimes going slowly can actually be really nice, relaxing. That's the whole point of this really. Just a relaxing colour. And of course, because this is a postcard, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to do the postcards, but because it is a postcard, you can then post it out to somebody afterwards if you wish, which is always nice. This is the sage green. I'm going to use it for all of these leaves around here. I'm going to start with this one and make it darker where they overlap. And then less towards the edge. Do the same with this one, like I did yesterday actually. I'm just going to put less colour on the right hand side. No, left. Don't know my right and left. Towards the other coloured picture. Sorry people, the sun is coming. I'm racing it now, I feel like. But there we go. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So for this one, more intense at the bottom, I think, than the top. But and this one. But for this one, more intense on this side. I'm not going to say right or left, unless as we go over here. Sorry. I didn't know my right and left in my driving test. I turned the wrong way. I had to go and do a U-turn, which was quite a useful test anyway. And you don't fail if you don't know your right and left. Some people think you should. But actually, why would you need to? I guess you need from sat-nav, but didn't have sat-nav back in the day. I'm gonna pick a sort of brownie colour for down here, maybe a brownie yellow. Probably use them all. The cork. It's not really yellowy. I'm gonna try one of the actual yellows. I've got that's wax yellow. Let's try the wax yellow. It might just be way too pale, but as we're trying to do a yellow picture, let's have a go. So wax yellow. See, it's from set LG. I can't remember what that is. But they come in beautiful, beautiful boxes, which I've kept. But I knew that if I left them in the boxes, I would never, ever use them. So I've got them in a pencil case, because you'd have to, there's 9 boxes plus a set of extras that don't come in a box, oddly. We haven't done a door handle, have we? I think I'm going to use the yolk yellow. Is that what this is? No, it's not. This is the firefly yellow, sorry, that I'm going to use for the handle. Whether it's going to show up at all, I don't know, but I picked one that looks bright. Yeah, so I knew if I kept them in the boxes, 9 boxes to open and close, and then plus this sort of open stock set, so it was a little bit odd. So I just placed them in a pencil case and then put them in colour order, which makes it much easier to find what you want. But there is our yellow. You can see the sun is just across the corner of the book, so it's almost upon us. So I'm going to either stop there or close the blind. I might go and do some editing now. We'll see, have a think. But that is that for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fairly short, but then these are short morning videos just to get you woken up for the day. And even if you're not up, you know, even if it's not a morning for you, oh excuse me, hopefully it's still a little one to get you warmed up into some colouring. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hoping that you have a really super day, rest of your day, night, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you and happy colouring.